Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Natalie with Natalie's Closet, and I will be right back with Getting to Know You episode 20. I'll see you in a sec. Natalie's Closet. Hey, so welcome back everyone. As I said, this is Natalie with Natalie's Closet, and today is Getting to Know You episode 20. I cannot believe it's already episode 20, but to me that's very exciting. So welcome to all of our new subscribers. We've had a few in the last couple days, and welcome back to all of our existing subscribers. I'm so excited that you are here and that you are watching my video. It really means a lot. And yeah, I don't think this is going to be a really long episode because you guys interacted and commented a lot, and I love that. Thank you so much. Keep commenting. It's so awesome to just read everybody's comments. And even though I haven't been responding as well as I should be, I do read every single comment, and as long as I heart it, give it a heart, you know I read your comment. And I just love reading them all. You guys are just so awesome. And of course, I always let my mom know when you guys say hello to her, and I let Miley know, but you know, she's like, okay, thanks. But I left the TV on again. Ugh. Anyway, okay, I'm not going to worry about it. So, yes, today is Getting to Know You episode 20, and remember, today is the video that you are going to be entering the subscriber of the week. So you'll go ahead and comment on what day, what piece of jewelry changed. And remember, Monday really didn't count because I did the row counter, and although I had my ring and the bracelets on, you really couldn't see my earrings. I didn't have any earrings. I told you guys that flat out. But so you can consider Monday as a nothing changed on Monday. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Nothing changed on Monday. So just let me know in the comments section. I can't get rid of this like itch on my shoulder. Just make sure to comment on this video, what piece of jewelry changed on what day, and then Monday I will draw the next subscriber of the week. So, and yes, the cards have gone out to Leanne in Australia and also Jennifer, so who's here in the States. But their cards and their stickers went out. So you guys, I don't know how long it's going to take to get to Leanne because I just did regular postage, and who knows how long that takes these days. But okay, so let's get on to getting to know you. All right, so do I want to start with questions or do I want to start with everything else? Let's start with questions. Okay, so my question to you, and this is something that I'm hoping you guys will actually respond to me. This is kind of your homework, so to speak. I would like to know, for any of you that have one, which is your favorite, a wooden or like one of the plastic, or I don't even know if they have metal ones, but or one of the like plastic or the wooden Swifts. So anybody that has one and has tried different styles, which ones do you prefer, wooden or like the plastic ones, and why? And there is a reason that I'm asking you that. I don't have a wooden one. I don't know what happened to the lid to this. I don't have a wooden one, and I would like to get one, but that's not the reason I'm asking. It is part of the reason why I'm asking, but there's also something else I'm going to do with that information. So this is the one I have. It comes, I don't know where the lid is. This is really strange, but it comes in this plastic like tube with the instructions, and it's this plastic one, and so you put it onto your tabletop or whatever, and then you just, like a regular Swift, pull it up, and they're pretty like flexible pieces right there, and then this is all metal on the inside. And I personally want a wooden one. My local yarn shop, that's what they have. Actually, every yarn shop that I've ever gone to that has wound yarn from me, they have the wooden Swifts. But I would like to know from you guys, for other purposes, not just for my benefit, know which you prefer, wooden or the plastic one. That one's not bad, but I don't feel that it's really secure is not the word, strong maybe, or so, it sometimes feels kind of flimsy to me. And I really I can get some speed to it, but not that much speed. So if you guys can let me know, I would greatly appreciate it. You guys will help me out a lot for like 2 different reasons. All right, so that is your homework, and that was my question to you. Now I've got 2 questions from some of our friends that asked me throughout the week. So I've got, when I asked you guys the question about if you've ever had a situation with your cable box where power's gone out, you lost power, bam, it turned off, and it coming back with having programming in Spanish. Everybody said no. I did have a couple suggestions to unplug it for a few minutes and then reset it and see if that worked. Well, I called the cable company and they really didn't have an answer for it, but I did unplug it. I don't have a reset button on mine for some reason, but I did unplug it for a few minutes. I plugged it back in. I checked, and this really upsets me, I checked some of the, it's a DVR, so I checked some of the recorded movies and or shows that I had, and they were still in Spanish. And I was like, ugh, but other ones weren't, so I didn't know. And then the next morning, I didn't hear any programming go Spanish during the rest of the day, but so I was like, oh yay, maybe it changed, whatever. So I had deleted a couple of videos because they were still in Spanish, and then I got sidetracked and I stopped, and then noticed, like I said, that nothing in Spanish for the rest of the day. But then in the morning, SpongeBob was in Spanish, and I was like, oh, are you kidding? So that didn't work. So I'm like, that is frustrating. And then I checked a couple of the videos or movies and or shows, and the ones that were in Spanish still were, and the ones that were in English were still in English. Okay, so I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm so freaking frustrated. I'm whatever, it is what it is. Tonight I'm going to go ahead and delete anything that's in Spanish and, hope for the best. Well, then I really wasn't paying attention. I really wasn't even thinking about it. But then I noticed that no Spanish SpongeBob in the morning. So I was like, the next day, or like 2 days later, I was like, okay. So then I went to go start deleting the programming that was recorded in Spanish. And 2 of the ones that I know for a fact were in Spanish were in English again. I was like, yay! But then I was upset because I deleted ones in Spanish that I didn't need to delete. And movies that I haven't seen come on in a long time, other than when I recorded them. But whatever, it is what it is. But everything is back. Okay, knock on wood, everything is back in English. So, having reset it, I don't know. I'm guessing having reset it is what worked, except it took a couple days. So, anyway, it's fixed. So I'm happy about that. And I'm hoping, because we have power surges all the time, especially when we have storms, I'm hoping it doesn't happen again. But at least I know, unplug it and wait a couple days. Don't delete anything, right? Okay, so that, I'm getting really wordy lately. Sorry about that. Anyway, then the next one, this is actually kind of 2 parts. Chris Cross asked, when it came to the row counter, remember how I said that you would want some kind of a different bead for the stop and the go, whether it was red and green or whatever the case is, but to have ones that were obvious for you to know which side you started on and what side you finished on, so that anytime you pick it up, you know what row you're on. You wouldn't get that confused. Well, she said, couldn't you permanently attach the starting bead on the row counter so that way you wouldn't have to change it. You wouldn't have to make it different. You wouldn't have to mess with the color palette that you had chosen, having a green or a red. Okay, so that was the 2-part question. You wouldn't have to do green or red. I was saying that in that case because just as an example, but honestly, I would just be using, within the same color palette, using a different looking bead so that it was obvious that it was different. And that would be either my start or my go, whichever way. Start and go is the same thing. Start or stop, so that I would know, okay, this bead, because it is the different one, is my start, if that's the way I set it up. As far as permanently placing the bead, yeah, you could permanently place it and do it as your start. For me though, like and I meant to have it with me. the side that I would have either the carabiner or the, clippable keychain or whatever it is that you use to clip it onto something, that if I had it, because my really long one I have on the bottom of my bag because it's just too long to hang off of the bag itself. But if I had it clipped onto a bag like one of my other row counters now, versus having it loose somewhere, I wouldn't be starting with the top one where I can have this one fixed as the start and move down the beads and then go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, knowing that that's a start. I go from top down. So for me in particular, that would have to be my end, but I would then also know that that's my end because that's how I work it. This was just an example for anybody who wanted to have an obvious start and or stop to know which way. But if you consistently do it the same way, you'll always know, okay, the one that's next to the clip is the one that is the stop, because like I said, mine is the stop on top, and then I'll pull down, okay, row 1, and then once I hit row 2, I go row 2. So I go from top down. So fixing it on top wouldn't necessarily work for me, and I don't know that I would want to fix it on the bottom. I guess you could. That's a good point. Now that I'm thinking it out, I thought it through when I wrote down the questions. That's on the TV. Sorry about that. But I thought it through, believe it or not. Evidently not completely. So you could, depending on how you want to do your row counter, you could permanently attach your start and or stop, which you'd want to pick one or the other, I guess, in that case, so that you always knew that the one that's attached permanently is your start, if that's the way you want to go, or is your stop. But I personally would want my start one to be loose and not attached. So it would have to be my stop one that would be attached. So whichever way you want to do it, that was a good point. And I'm sorry that I'm thinking this through on camera. But it at least talks it through with you guys so you guys can also make the decision. Now, if I totally confused you, let me know and I'll clarify it. But it could, I know sometimes when I will be sitting with someone, like even my mom or whatever, and I'll start talking something through, she'll come up with ideas based on what I was talking about, and we'll help each other. So hopefully this maybe helped somebody versus confusing you. Sorry if it confused you. Just let me know and I will try to clarify if I did. All right, on to the ideas, suggestions, tips, etc. All right. Regarding the ads, remember I was letting you know that for any of your favorite channels that you watch, if they are monetized and have ads running, try to watch at least 20 seconds of it. I will try, if it's like a minute, 2 minute, even a 3-minute video, I try to watch the whole thing or at least have it playing, and then I'll come back to the video. If it's a 45-minute video, no, I'm so sorry, I love you dearly. Unless I'm running your playlist, I'm not going to sit there for 45 minutes. But she said that she watches at least one video or one ad, like per video that she watches, or she'll get up to go to the restroom or something, so that she gets, she gets to let the ad run a little bit longer. And she said to let everybody know that is something to do as an option. So thank you, Susan, I really appreciate that. All right, and then Tammy said, regarding the Tunisian stitch, she said Tunisian projects will curl, but she adds a border because the weight of the border tends to flatten out the curl. And also Thunder Above Creations, I know your name, and for the life of me I couldn't remember while I was making my notes, so I apologize. But she said she does a simple single crochet border on her Tunisian projects for the same reason. Just adding even a simple single crochet border helps to flatten it out. Now, like with my Tunisian entrelac blanket that has, it's got the diamond edges, she said, if you fill in the edges, that takes care of it also. But that's the thing I love about the blanket. are the diamond edges. So, and I'm really not planning on doing a border because there are too many color changes and I like it the way it is. But that's me and that blanket. Okay. Oh, and on the yarns that I received from the amazing and beautiful Ryan with the Yarn Hag Ryan, I had several suggestions on things that I could make, like shawlettes, scarves, cowls, fingerless gloves, ear warmers, etc. Now, I'm totally for shawlettes and shawls. The reason why, and this goes with the next thing, a lot of people have mentioned cowls just in general with different yarns that I showed. And in Florida, it's very difficult to try to sell cowls because they are thought to be warmer. It's around the neck. It's hot down here, and we don't get a cold winter, so it's a little bit harder to sell down here. Just like scarves, because honestly, when I think of a scarf, I think of trying to be warm versus like a decorative thing, which I know there are decorative ones, totally, absolutely. But when you think about a cowl or a scarf, you're thinking about warmth. A shawl, I think, dress up an outfit or add, well, because with me it's normally bright colors and or bling. Well, and bling. Which for me, I very rarely would even wear a shawl because I can't think about the idea of adding stuff to myself. But that's what comes to my mind is a shawl is something decorative or something that lightweight, whereas a scarf or a cowl, I think of warmth. You're trying to keep yourself warm because it's cold out. Online, obviously, it's a different story because you are reaching people all over the world and they could possibly sell better. But as far as making them for me to have, like for a craft show down here, even blankets, I don't bring adult Afghans or blankets to craft shows because baby blankets are even hard to sometimes push because people are thinking they're too warm. But babies need blankets, so it's easier with baby blankets. Adult ones, nope. But online is a different story. So I'm not a big cowl or even scarf making person. Shawls is a different story. Fingerless gloves would be cool, and ear warmers are cool because that is also more of a I know they're called ear warmers, which I would call it a headband or something, but that's a little bit more doable because a lot of people have, their ears get a little bit cold or whatever. So again, got wordy on that. Oh yeah, I did want to thank you guys so very much on all of the amazing compliments you guys gave me for I guess a good first tutorial, and all the compliments on the row counter itself, which, as I said, I basically kind of sort of reworded and vamped Ryan's tutorial. So kudos to her as well. But thank you so incredibly much. That really meant a lot to me that you guys let me know how much you enjoyed the row counter tutorial, but that you thought it was a good first tutorial just in general. So thank you so very, very much for that. I really appreciate it. All right, then I did have at least 2 people mention that they would like to see all of the Downton Abbey upstairs, downstairs yarns together. So on Wednesday, that'll be something that I'll do, is bring them all together so we can see if they would coordinate together or if they just need to be worked up separately. And then one other thing, Chris, again with Chris Cross, said when I guess because in my tutorial I was saying, oops, this isn't in frame, or oops, this isn't on screen, or whatever the case is. She mentioned that, and I totally didn't even think about this. So thank you, Chris, for this tip. It's awesome. She mentioned how professional photographers will use like painter's tape or something to mark off the 4 sides that are just out of view of the camera. So that way, as long as you're within those 4 sides, and whatever you're working on is going to be in frame. So that's an awesome idea. I have painter's tape I think it's even blue. Well, blue I think is typically painter's tape, but I think we actually have other colors, or maybe that's electrical tape. Okay, whatever. But great idea. I'll definitely use that because that will help a lot. And if I do it on the glass top of my desk, I won't have to worry about that I'm actually moving the top, because the times that I did any stitch, I'm sorry, that was actually yarn reviews, and I worked up different yarns, but I would do it like on a table, like on a placemat or something, which I could easily move on my desk. So that would be interesting to see. But on my tabletop, that would, I mean, on the glass top, that would work no problem. So I do appreciate that, Chris. That was a great tip. And for anybody else that does tutorials, if you ever worry about something not being in frame, that's a great way of doing it, is putting the tape on the four sides just outside the view of your camera, or of your camera. And before you start, just mark all four sides with painter's tape, and then anything you're doing, as long as you're within those four sides, is on camera. So great tip. Again, thank you, Chris. So that's really it. And yeah, so remember, your homework is to let me know if you do have both. My mom's letting Miley in. So because she was outside, and thanks, Mom. She was outside, and she knew I was in our place, but she started barking to go into my mom's, and so we let her in, and I told her, okay, but I'm going home, and so she decided to stay there. So my mom's like, if she gets kind of antsy, can I just let her in? I was like, yeah. So anyway, what was I saying? Oh, homework. So just let me know which you prefer, a wooden or any other material Swift that's out there. I know of the plastic and metal ones. Hi, little face. I know of the plastic and metal ones and wooden ones. So if there are other materials out there, that's cool. But let me know, between a wooden one and any other material Swift, which ones do you prefer, if you've used more than, different materialed ones, and why do you prefer it? That would greatly help me, not only for myself, which I'm I'm pretty confident that I prefer the wooden ones, because I have actually used it at my local yarn shop, so I've gotten the feel of it, and then of course used mine, and yeah. So let me know. That'll help me for my purposes, my personal purposes, and it will help me for something else that I'm working on. And that's about it. So have a great weekend. I don't think I'm going to have time this weekend to hop onto a live, so you guys will see me on Monday with, you never know what's going to be on Monday, because it could be either a how-to, or did you know, or basically anything else. So you guys will see me on Monday if I don't make it on the live. Miley says hi to her peeps. She's glad she made it to at least hear me talking to you. And my mom says hi to everybody, and thanks for all the thoughts and prayers and the hellos. So again, have a great weekend. Stay safe and healthy. Remember, for every season, there's a reason to crochet. I love you guys dearly. Love, hugs, and prayers to all of you. And if you have any questions for me, remember, always ask, whether, whatever it is, as long as I'm able to answer it, I will answer it. And if I don't know the answer, I will look it up, and I will address it. So, feel free. Ask me whatever you want. And if you have any questions on something, whether it's stitch related or whatever, let me know, and I will try to get it on as soon as I can, or I'll answer it in the comments, or I'll do it on the Getting to Know You, but I will answer it in one way or another. So if you guys are new and you guys are at the end of this video, if you wouldn't mind hitting the subscribe button, I'd greatly appreciate it, as well as the notification bell next to that. If you can give this video a thumbs up, thank you so much, and sharing it would be amazing also. So I love you guys again. Love, hugs, and prayers. Extra prayers for anybody who needs it. And I'll see you guys on Monday, unless I hop onto a live, or see you guys on somebody else's live. So have a great weekend. Love you guys. Bye. I know I said that like 3 times, but okay. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.